I'm guessing there may be a lot we're going to disagree with on this one, but can we all agree on this? Joel Edgerton, it's time for him to make the leap.
I think it's important to keep a routine and stay busy. Oh God, I'm sure I'm forgetting a few things.
There's plenty of time to work out all the details. Yeah.
Overload. Well, just settle in.
Yeah.
And we'll get working in the morning. And welcome.
That's perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It Comes at Night stars Joel Edgerton as a father trying to keep his family safe amongst circumstances. That's about all I'm going to say. It's probably a movie best going into as pure as you can go into it, so we're going to keep it spoiler-free, as we always do, and let you know 5 things about It Comes at Night. Oh, this is going to be a hard one for a couple reasons. Number one, I don't want to give any spoilers, so I'm not going to, but you may not know what I'm talking about with some of my points because they relate to things that are kind of spoilers, so it'll be a much more satisfying thing once you have seen the movie, but I'm not going to give anything away. Number two, I had such different reactions to different parts of this movie. I loved so much of this movie and hated so much of this movie. So this could be really interesting. Let's start with the things that I loved. Number one, the acting. It is phenomenal here. Joel Edgerton is great. Carmen Ejogo is phenomenal. Christopher Abbott is wonderful in this. Right down the line, let's pay specific attention to Kelvin Harrison Jr. in this, who plays the son of Joel Edgerton, and man, is he good. They give you a sense of not only who these characters are, but what they're going through with every facial reaction, with every relationship, with how they interact together. I loved that part of this movie, and the acting is top-notch down the line. And in relation to that, the other part I super duper duper loved, the atmosphere in this movie is perfect. A lot of that has to do with the acting, but a lot of that has to do with the direction, the way shots are framed, the way the camera moves, the way the way it's edited, the way we're taken through this world. They truly understand how to build the dread of this universe and what's going on here, and I think a very interesting and very compelling way. So you're always feeling what these characters are feeling, and that's a big deal. Kind of getting the sense that I really love this movie, huh? No, I also actually really hated this movie. Let's get into the negatives. I'm telling you, it's such a weird experience. There's nothing new here. I didn't find anything inventive or interesting in that regard in this movie. This could have been an episode of The Walking Dead. There's nothing here that I haven't seen on television before. Dealing with the themes and the relationships and those kind of things. I've seen all this before in exactly the same way. There's nothing about it that makes it special, makes it new, makes it interesting. So once you get beyond those performances and beyond the atmosphere, I'm not sure exactly what I'm learning. And a lot of that has to do with my second huge negative, which is there's no change in this movie. There's nothing that happens where a character grows or a character changes. We end up in this movie exactly where we began the film in so many different ways, and not in some clever way where it's like there's like a trick or a twist or something like that. No, in really kind of a boring way where there's just no progress to the stories, to the characters. How are they growing? How is the story moving that I'm understanding something new or leaning towards some sort of resolution? None of that is happening in this movie. And so all I'm left with is that atmosphere in those performances, again, with nothing else to hold on to underneath. All of which leads to the most frustrating part for me, which is the end of the movie. There is no resolution here. So not only is there no inventiveness, not only is there no change, there's no resolution. Now, hear me clearly. I don't need the movie to answer questions I have about the universe, what's actually happening, or about these characters, what happens next. I don't need those kind of answers. The answers I need are why it matters. Why did I invest my time in this movie? What are you telling me? Why am I here? Now, those are the kind of questions that maybe with conversation with somebody else who saw something there, that I can kind of turn around a little bit and go, oh, okay, I didn't see that. Maybe I just missed it. But for me, I came to the end of this movie completely dissatisfied because it didn't do anything for me that left me in any way understanding what the movie was about. Overall, I feel like It Comes at Night was brilliantly acted, brilliantly directed, and somehow brilliantly flawed enough that I had to land it right in the middle at a C. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. We'll get to the Best Ever Challenge here in a bit. Before we do that, let's connect further. Subscribe here on YouTube, leave some comments, have some fun here, and then let's connect outside of this video as well. If you want to hit me up on Twitter, I would love that. Aaron Dicer, AARONDICER. Have a fun little film community budding on Twitter that I'm really enjoying interacting with. So come join that. Also, if you do podcasts, subscribe to SiftPop, SiftPop. Just search for it in whatever podcast player you use. You'll find it. We have a blast every week talking pop culture, reviewing movies, all that kind of fun stuff. And finally, thank you so much for the support of this YouTube channel. To so many of you who are actually giving your dollar bills to make this thing happen every week. It means the world to me. And this equipment I use, all this stuff that happens, couldn't happen without you. So thank you for doing that. It's very humbling. If you'd like to support, go to patreon.com/yourmoviefriend. And I thank you ahead of time for checking that out. All right, on to the Best Ever Challenge, where you name the best movie ever in a particular category. Also try to identify my choice. What's the best Joel Edgerton movie ever? He's been in some good ones. I'm going to have to go with the one whose title is Number, Adjective, Number. Number, Adjective, Number. Yeah, I think that's right. Take a guess at mine in the comments. Leave your choice there as well. I'd love to see it. And as always, I'll give you a few extra seconds here to click subscribe. Just when that big circle with my face pops up, just click it. That's right. Click my face.